Hello.
Hi.
This says we're streaming. I hope we actually are.
When you know that you are queer, but your favorite drink is beer, that's gayish. You can bottom without stopping, but you can't stand going shopping, that's gayish. Oh, gayish, you're probably gayish. Well, life's just too short for narrow stereotypes, so it's gayish. We're also gayish. It's Gayish with Mike and Kyle.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that eats more wet buns and wieners than Joey Chestnut.
Who the fuck is Joey Chestnut?
He's the eating champion. You know how hot dogs you eat, you dip the bun in the water and...
Oh, I thought that was always little Japanese guys that won those things.
But yeah, no.
I'm Mike Johnson.
Oh, right. We're not in the show yet. I'm Kyle Getz.
And we're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. But
First?
we're not going to say the topic.
Oh, shit.
We
yes.
don't say the topic.
I forget that we don't say the topic. I think I fucked that up last time. So not saying the topic, keeping it secret.
We're not saying the topic. We're keeping it secret. But this is Pride 48 weekend, and we're on the live stream. At least I fucking hope we are. Yeah. And we are also on Facebook Live. We had this thing where we were doing the last Saturday of every month during COVID. We were going to be doing live shows, and we've decided to continue it. And the people at Pride 48 were kind enough to let us use this normal spot, so we didn't have to change anything, just show up.
Yeah, usually I'm very flexible, but...
Is that true?
I'm surprisingly flexible. Right now I'm just talking about bending. Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't buy that. But hey, if you want to participate, because we are live, you have a couple of options. The first is to go to pride48.com and click chat now on their homepage. That will take you to their Discord server, which is where all of the shows all weekend long will be participating, chatting with their audiences, hanging out, that kind of thing. And the other option is to send us messages over Facebook Live, which if you're watching this right now, you're doing it. And also we will, I hope, be checking our text messages and voicemails, which is 5855 Gayish 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply. We are not streaming.
We're not on Pride 48. So until then,
hold on.
This is we're not streaming on the Pride 48 stream. So people on Facebook, you can hear us and see us. So lucky you.
Maybe that'll fix it. We'll see.
Ooh, I'm in the Pride 48 chat, so let us know if you can hear us, if and when you can hear us.
Well, Pride 48, you missed the whole intro.
It was
sorry about it.
So good and only moderately racist. So that's cool. Oh, they can hear us.
Great. But first,
again. But
for reals this time.
But for reals, yes.
But for actuals.
Are you going to do the news?
Yes, I'm going to do the news.
Okay. So,
first of all, I'm only going to do one news story. Well, and the queer black person from history, because we've been doing that all Pride long. But the news, it has to be real sad.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something I'd say about the news, it'd be real sad.
Yeah. Okay, so a total of 17 corrections officers are to be disciplined for their conduct regarding Layleen Polanco, a trans woman of color who died in solitary confinement in Rikers Island jail. Which I think Rikers Island is the New York area. Yeah.
Maybe.
Layleen Extravaganza Cubilette Polanco, 27. I love her middle name that she chose. Extravaganza.
Okay, I was like, which one of those? Okay.
Anyway, she suffered a fatal epileptic seizure on June 7th of 2019, and she went unchecked by corrections officers for a roughly 45-minute stretch, despite jail policy stating she needed to be checked every 15 minutes. The city of New York is being sued for the deliberate indifference of corrections workers and has announced that 3 officers and 1 captain will be suspended without pay immediately.
Shit, this reminds me of, is it Saeed? The guy that was in Rikers for no reason, young black guy that was in prison for no reason and ended up committing suicide. It was horrid, and the Rikers, that place fucked up. Yep.
And I wanted to highlight that too because trans women of color are murdered like all the time. It's terrible. It's something that I think people need to be aware of, like a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
It was like in Stonewall, we all say, it's trans women of color that were on the front lines and fought for us, and we think that they threw a brick, but they really didn't. But like, you know, we talk about the trans women being on the front, but they are still getting murdered today. They are still facing the same violence that they faced, and they're starting to get more representation, but they're still getting murdered because they're trans, because they're black. And it's,
Yep. We live in a fucked up world,
Happy
Kyle.
Pride.
Happy Pride, everybody. Speaking of Pride, so the entire month of June, during the news segment here, I have been highlighting a queer person of color from history. And this week, I want to talk to you about Gladys Alberta Bentley.
I can't do, like a typical gay, I can't do two things at once.
Walk and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah, okay. Wait. You keep talking.
Okay, great. Okay. Everybody else but Kyle.
Sorry, I'm here. I'm with you in a moment.
Gladys Alberta Bentley, born August 12th, 1907, passed away January 18th of 1960. She was an American blues singer, pianist, and entertainer during the Harlem Renaissance, which is a period of cultural history that I wish I knew more of. Basically, black people be awesome in the Harlem neighborhood a long time ago, the 20s and 30s. Anyway, her career skyrocketed when she appeared at Harry Hansberry's Clam House in New York in the 1920s as a black lesbian cross-dressing performer. She was.
Would you say she loved Harry's clams?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know if she liked him hairy or not, but she was definitely into clams. She was backed up by a chorus of drag queens. She herself was a drag king. She dressed in men's clothing, including a signature white tuxedo and top hat. She played piano, sang her own raunchy lyrics to popular tunes of the day in a deep, growling voice while flirting with women in the audience. So it's so impressive to me that we have all of these figures that we've been talking about that like were real gay and real out. And it seems like before the 1950s and the Hays Code and the Pink Scare and all of that, people were cooler with it. Not good, not awesome. But cooler.
But also part of it, I wonder how much of it is just like they didn't have a concept of it. They didn't like, did they even know what was happening? Were they just like, those two fellas seem to hold hands. That's sweet of them. Like, oh, this gentleman's singing and dancing. Like, that's my accent. I don't know what 20s accents are, but.
That's the queer black person from history.
And are you done? Were you done? That's what I say to every guy before he leaves. Wait, were you done?
Yeah, sure. Do some Patreon and I'll do some clickety-clacking.
Okay, cool. So I want to thank Patreon members. Justin Blaine Davis, which that's a great name. Although three names are always serial killers. I'm just saying Justin Blaine Davis. Watch out. Seth Bangit, also hot name. Austin in all caps with a Y, Austyn, which if Austin isn't already a grunge band in Seattle, then I don't know who is. And Zac Efron. Oh, that starts and ends with a Z. So thank you to all of our Patreon members. We appreciate you. If you want to get bonus content, episodes, bonus shit, then go to patreon.com/gayish and you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
How's it going, Mike? Did you clickety-clack your way into...
I don't know what's happening. I really don't. So the streaming software that we're using is called Butt.
Oh, that's why you were searching for butts before.
I was. You
literally were searching for butt.
Yeah. Yeah. And for whatever reason, it worked perfectly on my laptop during the dry run, and the laptop is refusing to talk to it. So I emergency downloaded it on my desktop, and that is what is running and streaming, and it says it's listening to us.
Oh, but everyone let us know if we sound differenter. Actually, Dan let us know if we sound differenter, because I clearly can't do two things at once.
It doesn't sound differenter. We're just fucked, basically. And I feel bad. At least it's not 20 minutes of silence, big fatty. All right. Are we ready for revealing the topic?
Yeah, I think so.
On the count of three?
Yeah.
I guess?
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about 1, 2, 3.
Freeballing.
Now I'm free.
Oh my God.
Freeballing.
That was in my head.
It's great.
All week.
Freeballing.
So yeah, we're going to talk about freeballing. I don't know. It's fun, but I'm going to find a way.
Yeah.
Kyle finds a way. to make things sad.
Life finds a way.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm going to start. All right. Sorry, I also didn't eat, so I'm like passing out. You can take advantage of that later if you want to. Okay. First, I wanted to talk about synonyms for living your life without underwear.
Wait, living your life sounds more of a lifestyle than I imagined it. I think of it as a daily choice.
I mean, if you don't put on boxers and you go to Costco, you're living your life. But you're not living it with underwear.
But but that's different than living that underwear life. Or wait, no, the opposite. Living that no underwear life. That to me is like, it's like nudist. Like part of me is not wearing underwear. This is who I am. Anyway, okay, you can keep going.
Okay. So I just first I'll just start with like, what are some euphemisms for that, Kyle? What have you heard in your life? What do you use for that?
Going commando.
Going commando. Survey sets.
Top one on the board.
That's the number one answer.
Second answer, Steve Harvey sucks.
Funny enough, that's a euphemism for freeballing.
Steve Harvey sucks.
Steve Harvey sucks.
Man, I'm Steve Harvey sucking today.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, I was almost going to not wear underwear today just in honor of the topic. Did you?
No, I didn't even consider that. I did think of, like, honestly, that didn't cross my mind. I'm wearing cute underwear. They have, like, little...
Dan's pointing to his head, which he's not wearing underwear on his head, I'm assuming.
Dan is freeballing on his head. His head is a free cue ball.
Great.
What else? Leaving the pickle to dry? I don't know. What?
When I was a kid, we called it riding loose pickle. Or
Ew,
just loose
I
pickle.
hate it.
Yeah.
I thought I was making that up.
Nope, loose pickle.
Ew, okay.
What, you don't like the feeling of that?
Well, it feels gross on my mind, on my brain. I don't like that.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Christopher, Ryan...
Gosling?
Yeah, he said that he and his friends call it rattlesnaking. Which I'm in love with.
Okay, I really enjoy that. Because it's like...
Except if it rattles, you should get that checked out.
Or... Show it to me. I'll figure it out.
Rattle, rattle.
Rattle, bitch. It's weird.
Let's see. Some other terms that are on here. Scottish people wear kilts.
I do know that.
And you're not supposed to wear underwear. So when you don't wear underwear, you're either doing it military practice or military style, or are you doing it the regimental way, or just proper Scottish? Which I think proper Scottish is a great way.
I love that kind of flip. Like it seems
like
kind
you're
of
the weirdo for wearing
underwear. Not wearing underwear is dirty and slutty. So like the idea of like, no, it's proper to not wear underwear.
Yeah,
I love that.
I like that too.
But also when you sit down, like you gotta watch out. Do Scottish people not sit?
Isn't that what your sporting is for?
Your what?
That's the weird furry purse that they wear.
That's your fanny pack?
Yeah.
In front? Okay.
Yes, it's your kilt fanny pack.
Okay.
That holds your dick down when you sit down.
It just has to be weighted then, so you just need it to go down in the middle, so you...
Indeed. Also, I think this is a little bit of a stretch, but I saw a lot of lists included VPL, or visible penis line, as being a way to talk about the fact that you ain't got no underwear on.
Yep.
Although... some real big ones, they can wear underwear and still have a VPL.
Yep. As we'll find out in my segment.
Ooh. I'm titillated.
You're dickolated. You're ball-elated. There's also one that's like women are camel toe, men moose knuckle.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's just being able to see it. That's not anything about your underwear.
Those are all the ones that I had for men. And please, people on Facebook and on Pride 48 on Discord, what are euphemisms? I'm not even drunk yet. What are euphemisms for going commando that you have heard that maybe we haven't covered yet? Then, the female world of not wearing underwear. There's a whole bunch, and a lot of them I love. The first of which is free boobing.
That doesn't seem interesting to me. Like, rattlesnake is creative. Free boobing? I don't know.
One is free buffing.
Going in the buff. No, that's naked. Isn't in a buff naked?
Free buffing. Apparently buffing. That's a beaver term.
Oh,
free beaver. That's another one that's on the list.
Tibet and then beaver in that order.
Taking her babies out.
No,
Or,
nope.
or let the twins out.
Okay, any kind of like euphemism for boobs, I don't like. I just think they're gross.
Weird.
Twins is like not a fun. I don't know.
You never heard him referred to as the twins?
No,
before?
I have, and I hate it.
Well,
I should be more. This is just me being like grossed out by every word. So
I'm trying to kill my twins these days, but and then knickerless, or forgot her knickers.
okay, yeah.
Anyway, so those are synonyms for living your life without underwear.
Living that freeballing life.
Yep.
Should I talk
Please,
a little bit more about
yes, let's move on.
VPL?
Oh wait, Kyle or Dan.
Oh.
You specifically asked if anyone out there had any other synonyms for you, and I wanted to share one from Joe in Dallas.
Sure.
Risking the Frankenbeans.
Risking the Frankenbeans. Okay. Thanks, Joe in Dallas. I don't know what that means.
It makes me think of that commercial, like these beautiful baked beans.
So there is something super gay about food euphemisms for genitals.
Is that the same for women? I mean, you have
Pie. No,
What's that?
You never heard of a vagina referred to as pie?
No.
No? Okay, great.
And lesbians is fruit pie?
Right.
Okay. I'll do my thing. Okay, I'm going to talk about kind of going off the VPL thing. I'm going to talk about the whole bulge sweatpants phenomenon.
Bulge sweatpants phenomenon.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Well, okay, I know that like it's become such a thing that I can see gray sweatpants on the rack and I get hard. Like it like
this is how fetishes start.
the thirst is real. Yeah, I've stopped even needing the meat. I just need the cover.
The sweatpants. You remember how you once said you can't, like, you don't understand the like fabric thing being turned on by fabric?
Yeah.
Maybe you do.
Maybe this is the road to Fabric Town.
Yep. That's a weird opening line on Scruff.
Yeah.
You want to take a drive? Okay, so I feel like every summer, like you see even posts on social media, like it's become a thing that it's like, oh, so excited, you know, it's sweatpants season. Everyone's like, it's like a seasonal thing that people get excited about and start posting about.
Yeah.
Including,
which in Seattle, it's always sweatpants weather. It's like it's barely 60 degrees out today,
and you can wear sweatpants anywhere because we are not fancy.
We give zero fucks about fashion or anything,
or looking presentable, any of that. So what I'm going to talk about, this has all been the build up to, I'm going to talk about celebrity bulges.
Okay.
Celebrity VPL.
Okay.
Why do you sound hesitant or tentative?
Well, okay, so the thing is, there was the whole deal.
The thing?
There's the whole thing about the Hamaconda, which that was John Hamm's dick.
Okay, I've never.
You never heard of the
It's hilarious.
Well, the Hamaconda was making internet appearances, memes, and
it's like John Hamm is just the one that escorts his dick around.
Yes,
the dick is the main show. Okay,
God, I wish my dick was that big that I could just be considered the escort. And the poor guy, I mean, legit had a couple of like fairly public meltdowns about it. Like, it's my dick, it's my body, leave me alone. Like, stop harassing me about my fucking penis when I'm trying to talk about whatever movie I'm pushing or TV show, right? And I kind of get that, right? Like, but then, you know me, also, celebrities are fair game.
Yep,
Like, this is the price that you pay for the fucking millions and millions of dollars that we pay you to be famous. So, I don't know. You say your thing. What?
You distilled where I was going down to it right there, so we can just move right on.
Gayish. Mike did Kyle's segment for him in less sentences.
No, I'm actually surprised because I expected the second thing that you said of they're celebrities and that's just what you have to deal with. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect the first thing that you said of and I'm glad you did this research. I did some research, but I didn't see the public meltdowns he had or the pleas to not sexualize him or talk about his dick that much. So that's the crux of what I want to talk about.
Okay.
And kind of thinking through that question of how much should we talk about? How much are we allowed to be turned on by it? Are we allowed to say anything about it? Are we, how do we feel about pictures being posted? All that good stuff. So, I wanted to start by, there's this article on BuzzFeed, Obvi, which is called The 21 Most Important Celebrity Bulges of All Time.
Great.
Under that,
Nick Jonas.
Not on the list.
No, the general concept of Nick Jonas.
The general concept of Nick Jonas is not just the package; it's the whole package.
What a package!
What a package indeed. So
Marky Mark. I'll stop. I'm
I'm not going to talk about him too much. That was number one. That was the number one. Then again, this article ranked them 1 to 5 hams. So he got
because of John Hamm.
Yep.
Okay, great.
He was Marky Mark was number 1.
I wish my dick was big enough to have a marking named after it, a rating system named after it.
He didn't even put John Hamm in the list because that would be unfair. So Marky Mark was number 1 with 5 hams. Like, to be the benchmark of good dick, like, that's crazy. Okay, so this article, this is written by Christian Zamora on BuzzFeed. I'm going to actually start with a couple of the comments that I found that kind of epitomize this discussion before I actually tell you about the article, just so you think about these things going into it. One commenter named Breniff. I find it invigorating that men now have equal time in the limelight. Too long have women been objectified, have been the object of pertinent curiosity. Now it's their turn. I enjoyed it immensely. Yes, I'm a dirty old lady and proud of it. So there is that part of the discussion that we sexualize women so much, and this is an example of turning that around, and men are now being sexualized.
Yeah.
Is
that a good thing?
Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing?
I mean, I'm here for it, but
I mean, it's not necessarily do I personally benefit from this phenomenon. Someone else, Aaron, said, objectifying. These celebrities live off of their own objectification. Stop crying over a dumb BuzzFeed post, y'all.
Aww.
So, in addition to the word y'all, a point that I liked in this is kind of what you're talking about. Like, you're a celebrity, so living off your own objectification, like that maybe not in those words, but you're living off of being hot. Like, you are in, the movie Thor taking off your shirt. Like,
oh God, yes, please.
So this is all part of the weird discussion that I have. Okay, so now I'm going to back up and actually tell you what's in the article.
Okay.
Knowing those things, how do you feel so far? Do you have a strong opinion? Are you firmly in one camp or the other? And if so, how firm?
There's in the big dick competition in my mind of leave John Hamm alone and fuck you, he's a celebrity. Fuck you, he's a celebrity
fuck
is
me,
winning by several inches.
Fuck me, he's a celebrity.
Great. Yeah.
You weren't going to talk
Oh, sorry. Do you want to keep talking?
Seconds? I don't know.
This is me not just filling time so Kyle can fill his wine glass up.
Okay. So I as I was looking through this, my opinion definitely got solidified. So as I said, they were measured on a scale of 0 to 5 John Hamms, evaluated based on outline, girth, and prominence. So this is all in the article of what he is saying he's judging this based on.
Okay. So that's outline, girth, and prominence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the difference between those things, but okay, here we go.
Your pragmatic mind might not be able to ingest a BuzzFeed article in the way it was intended.
That's
that.
True. That's true.
So put yourself in the mind of a BuzzFeed reader. Hold on, wait, let's do it. Go on. I have nothing to do with my life. Gosh,
I wish I had a quiz that could give me self-worth.
Harry Potter. Sorry, I read BuzzFeed, so I say quoting this BuzzFeed article I read.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when I was looking, I was like, this feels very penis shamey.
penis shamey?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I was looking through to see, like, are there any examples of that? And, like, okay, number 20 is Darren Criss.
It's so hot.
In the quote, in the, like, description, quote.
Don't ruin it.
Oh, I'm about to.
Okay.
And not the normal kind of ruining I do with people's dicks.
Great.
Quote, it has room for growing in those spacious sweatpants.
Okay, I'm with you now. I get where you're going with this.
Number 19, Zac Efron.
Wait, hold, but just
Darren Criss.
I mean, if the 20 best bulges in the universe for celebrities, and you're gonna bitch that they're too small in the number 20, is it just what does that say? I hate this. Please continue.
Number 19.
Also, Darren Criss, call me.
Do you have plenty of room for me in your sweatpants? But I'm doing, like, this is part of the weirdness of talking about this is, do we do this ourselves? We definitely sexualize celebrities and talk about them. We sexualize listeners. That's another, that's not saying it's...
Gypsy McStumbles, call me.
This is, anyway, I have a million thoughts running through my head about this. I just did the Shakira move. Loca, loca, loca. You know that?
Yeah.
Do you?
I often think of you as the Shakira of the show. So
I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie. Is that's her, right?
great.
Underneath your clothes, I made you. You did the very first open piano bar thing that I went to, where I heard you play. I did not know about, like, that you were amazing, and you were like, look through and pick a song, and I was like, okay, and I found there were all these dumb songs like Beatles or whatever, and then there was a Shakira song, but it was underneath your clothes, so not super popular, and I just handed it to you, and you still, like, you killed it. I was like, I thought I was being annoying and a jerk, and then you were just like,
Those are not mutually exclusive.
and then you just, like, started playing and sang it. I was very impressed.
Oh, thank you.
Shut up. Okay.
Back to impressive dicks.
Or number 19, Zac Efron. Actually, I'm gonna
Leave Britney alone. Okay, go ahead.
quote, although a little...
Did you just know that 19 and 20 were, like, my number 1 and number 2, and that's why you picked this list out?
No.
Okay, continue.
Zac Efron?
I mean, he's number 1 right now because you're talking about him. So
I didn't know. I know Darren Criss. You've talked about him. I don't think you've talked about Zac Efron as much.
I mean,
But, like, how could you not?
how could you not? Are the Franco brothers on there? Let's get through this list.
You just want me to read the list start to finish very slowly. Okay. Zac Efron, quote, although a little underwhelming and disappointing in outline and stature, Efron's bulge is a nice accent to the rest of his body.
Which is also bumpy.
But he's, like, describing his dick like a small vase. Like, it really highlights the emotion of the room. Like,
It's like on a real estate listing when it says that it's a tasteful, charming little bungalow.
charming little dick.
Oh, you're saying it's small.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. Your grandparents would love to visit. Well, homes, not. I don't know. Do what you want. Okay. Yes. So, like, it's what?
Nothing.
Okay.
What happens between consenting grandparents is
You know, I hope I'm just getting old and loose and sloppy. You know, like when I'm 80.
I've said before, people, like, get really grossed out when you talk about their grandparents fucking. I hope to God my 88-year-old grandparents are still fucking, because it means there's hope for me.
Yes, 100%. Okay, back to Zac Efron. Speaking of
Not
your
that I'm fucking
grandparents,
now,
back to okay. I think this comment highlights the shitty part about it to me is his penis is kind of small, but it looks good with the rest of his body. So what does that say for me if I don't have a big dick and I don't have his body?
Yeah.
My cozy, one person bungalow is not framed by a six pack. Like,
we should write a real estate listing for your butthole. just
bungalow, I guess, is that's it. We got it in one. But it's just, anyway, let me keep going. Okay,
no, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
There's just two more on this. Number 18, Joe Jonas, the other Jonas.
Very hot.
Quote, ham is packing nearly double.
Oh, okay. I doubt the person writing that knows for sure.
I mean, he's just looking at this is part of the outline and prominence that he's looking at. Number 17, Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Quote, I mean, there are bigger bulges on the list, but, all caps, it's a royal bulge.
Yeah.
So partly that's true. Like anything, like that's kind of scandalous. Like thinking about a royal person having sex. It's like, they're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be proper. But also that's kind of, this is all the like looking at a dick and saying like, do I think that's sexy or not? And then judging them based on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's an uncomfortable question, but it has to be asked. Those were all white dudes. Are there black dudes on the list, and are they arbitrarily high on the list because of fetishization of big black cock and all of that?
Oh, there were... I'm trying to think back, because
Which is racist, by the way, everybody. It's not okay to talk about tiny Asian penises. It's not okay to talk about giant black penises. Stop it. And I'm guilty of it, too, on occasion, but it's not okay.
Okay. I was going to say, like, that's something especially earlier on in the podcast that...
You turned me around. It took like 2 years, but I'm on board.
It's so interesting how
we've grown, Kyle.
We've grown, and not in the penis.
We're like going from 7 inches to 9 together emotionally.
It's like Pinocchio's dick. It's like interesting. I've learned a lot from you. Oh. Like just things. Actually, listening to and editing the show, I'll listen to things more often than I like to admit. I'll be like, oh, Mike was right. Mike, this completely makes sense. And at the time, I was like defending or saying whatever I wanted to say.
Yes, Dan.
Dan has a...
I wanted to correct Mike in real time here. Darren Criss is not white. He's mixed race.
Oh, but that's true. That's true.
That is a good point. And I don't remember I know Ricky Martin was on it. There was... What was it? Idris Elba? What's that guy's...
Idris Elba?
Idris Elba.
Uh-huh.
I think he was on there. Christian Ronaldo, Christina Aguilera,
giant bulge.
Do you remember when Lady Gaga? Everyone said she had a dick. So in her video for with Beyonce, she like wore this like super tight thing and just like put her crotch up to the screen.
That makes me so happy.
It was beautiful. It was like, fuck everyone. Not that like she wasn't saying it was bad to have a dick. She was like, all right, here's my crotch. You think, okay. So just a couple other people that he's saying positive. This guy, Christian that's writing this says positive things about these celebrities. Number 13, David Beckham. Quote, this bulge has nice curves and fills out any underwear properly. And he gave him a 2 out of 5 hams.
Okay. Great.
Number 8, Jensen Ackles. He's on the TV show Supernatural.
Which has been accused of queerbaiting a lot.
Oh, okay. This is coming together. Oh my God, that was our last episode, and this is our current episode.
Our producer needs a raise. Go ahead.
It was on a picture, like a promotional picture for Supernatural. I think that you could see what's his name, Jensen's bulge. Quote, put its head on the line to represent bulges on television during a time when bulges were highly underrepresented. 3 out of 5 hams. So
sorry, I'm seeing some like 8 out of 5 hams in the Pride 48 chat room right now.
Stop it. We're discussing the ethics of rating things on the ham scale, and you're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
didn't invent the game, but I play the shit out of it.
That sounds like what a douchey frat guy says to like a lady when she leaves in the morning. I didn't invent the game, I just play it, or and then he does cocaine or something, and makes money off of his trust fund. Okay, another part. Well, I guess I'll pause there. Yeah, these are kind of two different things. Then it is the penis shaming. It is your penis is big or small, and I'm going to look at it and judge you based on that.
Yeah.
And then the celebrity thing is separately looking at photos of celebrities that seem gratuitous or sexual in a way. And maybe, I mean, those are related, but I think those are two different things. Penis shaming, size shaming, bad.
Yeah.
How much are we allowed to sexualize celebrities in these images?
Yep. For a long time, I was... I considered myself a size queen and even joked about it, but I'm realizing that I am not, because a size queen is a cunt about it and won't sleep with anybody that isn't over a certain size. Size is never a deal breaker for me. I think it's okay to say that and that I enjoy big penises and have fun with them.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I agree. Saying big dicks are fun, like, absolutely. Also, smaller dicks are fun for me because they fit better in my butt and I can feel like a champ. Like honestly, so it's not the fact that saying big dicks are fun. It's like the fact that that's the only dick we talk about.
Yeah.
So if we say big dicks and little dicks are fun, and I guess medium, you have to put that in there.
Hashtag all dicks matter, Kyle.
No. Oh no. Did we wind up on the wrong side of dicks?
I guess I don't know.
How did we make it here? The last one that just kind of solidified, a little bit different thing, but solidified that this article is horrible.
They hardened it.
Okay. Solidified, hardened, is that what you moved from states of matter to a solid? Mine was less sexual than yours. My dick is changing states. From a Newtonian fluid.
Behold the state transition that is my genitalia. Enjoy.
And after a gender confirmation surgery, a trans woman, it's gas.
Oh, no.
Behold the magic of the penis. All 3 states. Okay. Number 2.
Okay, great.
Number 21. I'm reading this dude's article and talking about why it's horrible. I'm just imagining now someone listening to our podcast and being like, and this is why they're horrible. Okay. Number 21, Taylor Lautner. He says, quote, "You won't need your 3D glasses for this one. Taylor's Shark Boy sets the precedent."
Oh, he was like 12 in
there
that.
we are.
So you shut your weird ass pedophile mouth, you dickbag. That is
correct response. That is what I was hoping for. I'm glad. Yeah.
I mean, he was still really hot, but like,
yes.
No, I'm kidding.
What? Oh, I thought you said is, and I was going to be on board with that.
Oh,
but,
he is
like,
super hot.
And that, that's another, wrong, bad. I can see why he was like, oh, Taylor Lautner's hot, and I'm going to make this joke because he was in the movie Shark Boy 3D or whatever.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, that's not okay.
No, don't do that. Don't refer to his penis as
I just
Shark
learned
Boy.
I do have a line when it comes to celebrities. That line is like 18 years old.
The legal statute of age. That's smart. That's a smart line to really draw in the sand.
Thank you.
So then, this is longer than I thought. But so I started looking at reaction things, and this is why I'm glad you said that John Hamm freaked out, because I looked at a couple things, but I didn't do it a whole bunch. So John Throw, I just read about an interview he did where he was clearly I can pick up through the writing that he was uncomfortable. I didn't even listen to it. I could see in the words that he was uncomfortable about it, and trying to go with it. You have to answer questions, and he's like, oh, it's kind of weird. And didn't realize that you could see it, and they gave me 2 pairs of underwear, and I did, there's I think a similar thing is there's is it BuzzFeed? BuzzFeed does this video series where celebrities read their thirst tweets to you and then react to them. Darren Criss, your boy, he read it and he rolled with it. It didn't make him uncomfortable. He didn't harp on it. Someone was like, I wish I could, the thing I'm most jealous about Darren Criss is that he can touch Darren Criss's butt anytime he wants. And he was like, yeah, everyone should touch their own butts. Look, I'm doing it now. And then moved on. He went along with it. He didn't show his butt or tell everyone to squeeze it. But he joked along. I really liked his reaction, but other people's that I watched were not. Hassan Minaj was really uncomfortable when he read it. Anthony Peter Radowski, what's his name? Anthony? Yes. Mm-hmm. Is that how you say his name?
Anthony Perowski?
Yeah.
Is that his last name? No, you fucked it up so bad. I can't come up with the right answer.
If I did that search, Google would say no results, and that's how you know you fucked it up so bad. Even Google's like, I don't have one thing to show you. Okay, but he was really uncomfortable with it.
Oh, good. No, it's
well, I mean, part of it is I do
be mad about it and go cook something for once.
Yeah, part of me does like it in a weird way of, I can relate to him. yes, he's jacked and takes, underwear pictures and everything, but it's not that he's like, I'm the shit and I'm hot. He's like uncomfortable about it. And he also like, similar to Darren Criss, but more uncomfortably like shifted the conversation to cooking and, whatever. So that's celebrities' dicks.
Nice.
Well, presumably while they're freeballing.
And I wonder how often are they freeballing?
I mean, to get that out, like, unless you're, Justin Thoreau, who clearly needed 2 pairs of underwear, I think the entire thing with the sweatpants is no underwear sweatpants.
Yeah. Well, are you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
I'm going to share with you a mensvariety.com article I found entitled Freeballing at the Gym, How to Do It for Men in 7 Steps.
7? That's the weirdest part about this article. I think I need 2.
Step 1.
Is this for gay men or all men of all everything?
Men of all everything.
Okay.
This is, we're going to show you how to go freeballing at the gym in 7 steps. As a man, you'll love the freedom it affords. Plus, once you master freeballing at the gym, you can try it in other areas of your life.
When you said once you master, I got it, but it went back the other way.
Like
cool.
a friend's house, work,
what?
Or a party. Okay, here we go. Step number 1.
We're just naming nouns now. These are locations.
Step number 1, decide the optimal time.
Of day?
Yes. It may be best to go during non-peak hours. Then as you gain more confidence,
for the gym,
you can freeball it during prime time.
Okay.
Step 2.
Okay.
Leave the underwear at home. Just don't even pack a pair in your gym bag. This step forces you to freeball so that you won't chicken out.
See, I'm the opposite. Bring the underwear with you so that helps give you a little security blanket.
I get it.
I disagree. Men's Health Journal? What is this?
Men's Variety.
Men's Variety.
Number 3, start off with sweats. Freeballing newbies will find it's easier to start out with a pair of sweats as opposed to shorts. There are a number of reasons for this. The main one is building confidence. Most men will find cotton to be a smart choice. Fleece sweats are also great if you want extra comfort.
I disagree. I think, I just don't like wearing anything pants. So I always wear like gym shorts, or I have shorts on right now.
Step 4, don't make changing obvious. Just undress like you normally would and then get into your gym attire, underwear free.
Changing!
Yeah,
like, how would you
don't announce, hello everyone, I will be putting my gym shorts on and I shan't be wearing underwear.
Feast your eyes on my naked body covered merely by a pair of shorts. Okay, like, especially as gay men, we have practiced the art of being in a locker room uncomfortably since we were kids. We do not need to be told, like, this maybe is for straight men or something, but like, we do not need to be told how to like diminish, make yourself real small and unnoticeable in that space. So
I'm going to skip step 5. I'm coming back to it.
Okay.
Step 6, when you graduate to shorts, use caution. Once you get to the point of wearing only shorts, use caution. If you arch your legs too high or bend them too far, you run the risk of your anatomy spilling out.
Oh, okay. There was a Friends episode about this.
Yeah. It may help to wear a longer leg type of men's shorts to keep it all together. Step 7, inspire others to freeball.
Oh, wow. That's way more like motivational than I imagined.
Yeah. There's a whole subreddit about freeballing.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But yeah, before you know it, you'll be setting a major trend at your gym and not wanting to be left out. Other guys will likely follow your lead. Okay.
Wait, I want to tell you, and I think the Pride 48 people that are listening will appreciate this as well. Did I wear them? I forget if I actually wore them last year at the Pride 48 in-person thing, but I had these tiny red shorts.
I believe people remember the red shorts.
Okay. I know I wore orange shirts. Anyway, I had these tiny...
maybe not. Okay,
I don't
go
think
ahead.
I wore them.
You wore them in Palm Springs.
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
Go ahead.
So I had these tiny red shorts that I was like, that was one of those like, oh, I'm uncomfortable kind of wearing them, but I'll, maybe I'll put them on or I kind of almost bought them like a costume. And then I ended up wearing them just like a week ago. And I was like, I'm going to put them on and go outside. I wore underwear because I can't. I'm not there yet. But I was like, weirdly proud of myself for I have weird body things, and it was like felt very exposed, but it's fucking hot, and and I enjoyed it. And then like once I got outside, it's like painting my fingernails. No one fucking cares. Like no one. It's the least of anyone's worries in life.
Yep.
So those are, I think Big Fatty calls them your donger shorts, which I don't.
Donger shorts.
That's a weird thing, but okay.
Last but not least, step 5, and I am fascinated. I hope we have time to get to all of this. Be mindful of corgasms. When men choose to freeball for the first time, particularly at the gym, it can create massive feelings of excitement, so much so that guys have reported having corgasms. What is a corgasm? Perhaps you are asking. As soon as that look of shock and awe.
Yes, I was supposed to vocalize that because this is a podcast, I'm sure, but I was too. Yes. What is a corgasm?
Apparently, there is a phenomenon that
I gave you a facial reaction on a podcast. I don't know. Okay.
There is a phenomenon that some estimates say up to 10% of people experience, where intense exercise can result in spontaneous ejaculation. It's called a corgasm.
I haven't been running.
Yeah. So there's a guy on Men's Variety that wrote an article called "I'm a Man That Has Uncontrollable Corgasms at the Gym," and he asked his doctor about it, and it's a real medical condition.
Oh, wow. Medical. Okay, I thought this was like a fun portmanteau, but like that's a medical thing. What's the medical term? Can't be corgasm.
No, but the first time it happened, he was working out with somebody, and he like spontaneously ejaculated all over everything, and he questioned whether he was gay or not. He's like, I have a gay brother. If I was gay, it would be fine. It's not because I'm homophobic, but I was like, why am I just jizzing because I'm working out? That's weird. And then it started happening more often, and he says, quote, I spontaneously let loose like a volcano during a really bruising ab workout, this time with a close workout buddy. I was wearing a pair of red Champion shorts, and even though I had underwear on underneath, he saw exactly what happened. How could he not with it all seeping through everything? Quote, am I getting you excited? He joked. I never knew you liked me like that. Anyway, it was that guy that then encouraged this guy to go to the doctor, and he did eventually, and he said, exactly how am I supposed to do this? Hey, doc, I'm having this problem where I shoot my load all over my leg for no apparent reason. Can you help? But yeah, so apparently it's a real thing that orgasms aren't necessarily tied to sexual stimulation in every context, and that there is a certain percentage of the population that legit, when they're exerting themselves in an exercise way, will just fucking shoot their wad. And I mean, that's a reason to not freeball. Like, be careful if you're one of those people. Maybe don't freeball because,
oh,
what?
No. Well, okay. Coming off the tail end of the last segment that I did, where I was like, don't sexualize people, like that to me is like very hot. Like, okay, when we were talking about the guy that likes to people to step on balloons, and I was like, that'd be so fun because I would do that. I mean, you know, we talk boundaries, like, but I would love to do that and just like make them all of a sudden orgasm like right away. Like that'd be a fun thing for me. Or I talked about like guys that come quickly. I'm like, I'm a badass. I'm a amazing bottom. Like it makes me feel good. So this is one of those things that like I'm sure it has its own issues and challenges. It sounds like like you orgasm in the middle of the gym, that's uncomfortable, but like to me it's like hot. I like it. Yeah,
he says, through meditation, deep breathing, and other mindfulness-based techniques, I've learned how to anticipate when one is coming on and prevent it from happening. Most times I get through them just fine, but occasionally I don't. And in those instances, I just go with it and enjoy the sensations.
Oh, wow. That seems like a very like Zen place to get with that.
It's a very self-forgiving place, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like that. Not sarcastically, because it's hard for me to not sound sarcastic. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So wait,
that's
those are the 7 steps to freeballing at the gym, which is 5 steps too many. I
agree. Wow. I'm going to think about corgasms.
Yeah, you
should. Do they
have
a category on Pornhub? I'll find. Don't worry. I'll figure it out. Don't answer. Yeah, I think we did it.
We did it. We did it for now. As always, we might accidentally repeat a topic.
And have we done this already? Did anyone check? Should we make sure to check first? Also, Dan is going to talk more about something.
Yeah,
on the Patreon segment.
Yeah, the Patreon segment is going to be about going commando and why we say that. That's a weird thing to say.
That is weird. So for those that want to stick around after this is done, then you can listen to that.
Yeah. Should we take a break?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
Hi,
Can they hear us?
I'm back.
Hold on.
Traditionally, when we do a live show, when we take a break, we take a shot. We forgot to pour the shots so that they were ready.
But I got the shot glasses.
Here
This
we
is
go.
what happens when your
Cheers.
producer has been exiled. Oh, we're doing shots. Okay.
Oh, what was that?
Vanilla vodka.
Oh, fuck my ass. Oh, Jesus.
Kyle, that's not keto. That's like giving booze to someone who's sober.
Oh,
Are we back?
we're back.
We're back.
Am I sorry, Mike? I can't tell.
No, you're not, and that's fine. I
Dan,
love
what
you.
did you drink?
A shot?
You didn't ask questions.
That's true.
You put it in your mouth without asking questions.
I trusted you.
That's your first mistake. Okay, we're going to do our Gayest and Straightest.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest. It's Dan is picking out a listener Gayest and Straightest or four, depending on how much we have time for. So please get those in on chat and Discord. In the meantime, our website is gayishpodcast.com.
All of our social media is at Gayish Podcast, or if you're on Facebook right now, we have both a page and a group. So go to both of those.
Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails, is 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
I got distracted by the comments. What do I do? Our eyes are my
Email?
eyes are blue.
Your email?
Yours are brown. Our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
And our physical address is Post Office Box 19882, Seattle, Washington, 98109.
Gayest and Straightest. Do you want to go
Sure.
first?
Happy to. So the gayest thing about me this week is that I have decided I need some dick, and I'm going back on prep. We're phase two. So phase two, technically I can fuck 5 strangers a week, according to the governor. So, like, just like one for the first time in 2020 would be fantastic.
I just love that, like, according to the government guidelines, they also are really into glory holes. Use a glory hole. It's the safest. Okay, good for you.
Yep. So I'm going back on prep so I can bang. And the straightest thing about me this week is I have started going back to the gym. And there's a gym just right down here that does personal training. So I meet one-on-one with just one other person. There's nobody else in the building. It's very, very safe, so don't at me. And she's a lesbian powerlifter, and I love her. Mm-hmm. But the conversations we have, so straight.
What do you talk about?
Well, like, hey, be careful. Like, my hip flexors are a little bit tight, so when I'm doing this deadlift, but I'm going to do it with kettlebells instead, maybe, like, be careful about recruiting. You don't want too much hip movement. Like, just it just is so bro-y.
Did you say real things? Like, did you say a real sentence or just say gym words?
Pretty much. Yeah. Anyway, it's just awesome to say lifting things to a power lifter. Yeah. Like, I totally butched up my game. She doesn't care. She's a lesbian.
Neither. Each of you is the least interested in this. That's kind of that. Okay. That is, I think, sorry. I feel like I keep talking a lot. That's I love that about like hang out with lesbians is like neither of us are into this, and let's be friends, like legit. Anyway, yeah.
That's why I like hanging out with you. What's your gayest and straightest, Kyle?
Wait, did you say both of yours?
Yes.
Gayest. Oh, dick. Okay, right. My gayest is I've been wearing this now and then, but especially this weekend because it's Pride Weekend. Happy Pride Weekend. Did we say
Pride
that already?
Weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
Pride 48 weekend is Pride Weekend.
This is the mask that AE sent me, rainbow mask, and this one says this mask is a literal cock block. And I know I said like thank you when we first got it, but I've like been wearing this as a like I am gay, here's my rainbow, and so I just really appreciate it. My straightest thing is, stick with me, eating a banana. I think straight guys are the ones that are like, oh no, this banana is a dick. And like, no gay guy is like, this is the same as a dick. Like, that's only a straight guy concern. So the fact that I thought about dicks.
Do I look like I'm putting a dick in my mouth right now?
Yeah, like, no, you bit off too much of it. Like, okay. So that's my straightest.
Okay.
Dan, do you have listeners?
I do. I have some listener ones, and I can't share them all, I'm afraid, but I will go as quickly as I can to share as many as I can until the guys cut me off.
Hey, fucking Dan. Fucking Dan.
What?
Everyone forgives you. They're not going to feel bad for being left out. Okay, go ahead.
We just eliminated like 3 people from getting their shared. Okay, Colin said his gayest is he went camping with a bunch of queens this weekend, and the straightest is he got the letter to go to truck driving school for his employer, and he's super stoked.
Camping with queens.
Truck driving.
I love both of those.
Damien's straightest was putting shelves together for their new apartment, and their gayest was breaking in the bed in the new apartment.
Yeah, make those springs squeak.
Christian had
our straightest thing is our reaction to sex just now. Get it?
Okay. Christian said their straightest was having umbilical hernia repair because of a hernia from playing football. Oof. And the gayest was crying over the fact that their belly button looked wonky after surgery.
Aww. That's our gayest.
And the straightest was installing their own bidet. Gayest wanting a bidet.
Okay, wait. Belly button. We both said, but I want to clarify. Like, I don't know. These are the things I think would be like fun and hot to like see and learn about a person. There's a story there, and I want a wonky belly button. That's weird. Okay, keep going. Also, bidets. Soup's gay. Okay.
Colin confirmed it is 18-wheelers. It's big trucks he's going to be driving.
They're old enough to get inside.
Jeff said my straightest was being excited that rugby and soccer were back on TV. Gayest was watching games and having no idea what the score is because I was just looking at butts.
Yeah, speaking of looking at bulges, rugby, do they wear underwear?
Maybe. I don't know.
You were in Scotland.
You mean Scottish people are rugby players?
Yeah?
They don't wear kilts when they play rugby. Maybe they do.
No. I just thought they had the aura of no underwear in the... Okay.
Fraser, call me. Okay, so that's it. A special thank you to Pride 48 for this live streaming weekend. We really appreciate being part of this magic every time that you do something.
And there are plenty more shows coming up. You can go to pride48.com. You can see all the shows that are there. Every hour there's a new show. I have learned at least a couple new shows that I really like. So
yep. And for the second week in a row, a thank you to the general concept of Nick Jonas. For everybody that is on Pride 48 on that stream, we are signing off. Next up is Pride 48 Bread Club with John Ong, so stick around for that. For those of you that are on Facebook Live, you can stick around for fucking Dan's Patreon segment, and after that we're going to do a little bit of Q&A. But that's it. This has been Gayish. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. See you next week.
See you next week. Well, fuck. I think we ended like 30 seconds too early. Whatever.
Oh, did they have to hear us still?
I don't know. Maybe.